I'm back with another gardening video. I've spent a lot of time in this little allotment garden recently. My house is a bit of a funny configuration. I have the cottage at one end, and then past the row of cottages we all have a little strip of garden which we call allotments, and this is my little allotment. When I bought the house, it was so overgrown and had lots of random slabs and bits and bobs scattered around, so I organised them all with the help of my parents and Josh, and they were all sort of just leaning against the wall. I wanted to make the most of this lovely wall and have a flower bed going all the way down, so I moved everything out of the way, and then I got on and started laying down some cardboard on the areas of grass I wanted to kill. There were already some plants in there that I had planted, like some bulbs. In the depths of winter, I decided we needed bulbs, so I'd already planted those. So I had to strategically cut the cardboard around. And then once I'd added the cardboard, I added a layer of compost on top. It's worked pretty well to kill the grass, but I feel like I wish I'd cleared the whole bed and just put bigger pieces down and really wet the cardboard to help it decompose, because it wasn't particularly wet after I'd put this down, so it did take a long time for the cardboard to disappear. I mean, it's still there, but it's a good method to not disturb the soil too much. One problem I had with the allotment is that there is no fence, so Florrie would just run everywhere into people's gardens and possibly onto the road if she was unsupervised. So the fence was very important. I got this very sweet little gate from Prestige Wicker. I also got the fencing from them.
Hey mama, could you get up soon? I get so cold in the other room. Here I am, honey, half awake. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Morning star, clear and true. Your honesty could pierce my heart right through. Plans are paper, I'm afraid. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Hey Pepper, give us a shake in the newborn grass. You're sure to find a snake. Don't let the serpent change your pace. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. There's a dream weaver.
The only fence posts we needed to concrete in were the ones where the gate was going. So we did that and added the gate. It's got some really good heavy duty hinges, so it feels nice and solid.
Get yourself moving. Get yourself moving. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay.
And that was the fence complete. I can't believe how quickly it came together actually. In between all the garden madness, I was continuing with my normal life. I popped down to Winchester to give a talk at my old university, which was fun. I also couldn't help but swing by the garden centre on my way home and make the most of their insane dahlia sale. At the time of filming this, I was also working on my new pattern, which is finally out, which is very exciting. But I was getting very distracted by my garden and finding it hard to want to work. I decided to make the bed outside my greenhouse my vegetable bed, and I added some little stones down the middle so that I could walk across it. I then made this little jerry-built structure with some sticks I found for my runner beans. They were so easy to plant because I used the little wool pots that are like little socks almost, and they decompose in the ground, so you can just plant them straight in. You don't have to transplant anything out of a plastic pot. I feel like they only really work well with big seeds like beans though. I haven't tried them with anything else yet. I had a lot of things in my greenhouse that needed planting out and nowhere to put them. So I was already planning on making the left-hand side one big long bed, and I didn't really have time to do the no-dig method here, so I just turned the grass upside down to kill it off, and that did the job nicely. It's quite hard work, but luckily I had my parents helping me, which was very kind of them. This is Florrie's constant state in the morning. She goes downstairs. Maybe by choice, most of the time I have to carry her down to go outside, and then she works her way back upstairs. There's no poodle. Anyway, I've just been filming some clips for my new Ida bag pattern, and no idea if she'll be released by, probably will be out by the time this video is out. Just been filming the clips for the start of the video and some odd little Instagram clips that I can put out. This is my final version after receiving all my feedback from my pattern testers, which is always just so useful because you really just see things that you don't necessarily see yourself. And now I feel like I can confidently put her out into the world. And also this Liberty fabric is just so nice. Once the frost had passed, I was finally able to plant out some of my sweet peas, and they had been going crazy in these cell trays, so they're now all nicely tucked away in their little home. Realised that I had more sweet peas than I thought, so I had to build another structure. I also planted out my cosmos, which I had transplanted into seed snails, or snail, what do you call them? Seed snails? I can't think right now. But anyway, that method worked really well for the cosmos. I've planted them all quite close together just because I didn't really have that much space. So we'll see how that goes. At the moment, they're absolutely fine. I also managed to get some of my dahlias in the ground that I'd started off in the greenhouse, and I added some unbleached hessian to the base of the bed, and it's a little bit on the pathway at the side, so that's quite handy to walk up and down. It's basically an alternative to using plastic. I then added some supports which I will tie twine around at some point, and yes, those are all of my garden updates. A lot has happened. And a lot is happening now, so I'm carrying on filming, and I will update you all very soon.